real quick, what would it take in order for 2024 to be your best year yet? What would it take? So I asked myself that question at the beginning of the year, and so far it's shaping up to be my best year yet. So what you want to do is always set an intention. So don't ever do anything without setting an intention. So one of the things that I do, and my daughter laughs about this all the time, I set the intention that I'm going to get unexpected money. So what would happen if you started expecting unexpected money? So I would just get a check in the mail, or I'd get an opportunity, right? And so just set that intention, like great things are going to consistently come to me. Set that intention, right? Another thing you've got to do in order to make it your best year, so many things, there's a lot. I won't even go into all of them. But I'll just kind of share some of the things that I have done. Most importantly, I leveled up my mindset, and I'm constantly working on me. Constantly working on me, right? And so that's how I'm in a position to teach as much as I teach, because I'm always working on myself and I'm always learning. And so, again, I leveled up my mindset, but I also had to shift my identity, because it's really easy for me to go back to Jessica, middle name Shaquita, right? Queet. It's really easy for me to go back to the person with low self-confidence. It's easy for me to go back to the person who didn't feel worthy. It's really easy for me to go back to the person that did not leverage her voice, right? The person who was just allowing people to walk all over her. The person who was in a physically abusive relationship for 6 years. Like, it's so easy for me to go back, but I refuse, right? And so every year I decide that my life is going to get better. Like, it is great right now, but I know that it can get even better than what it is, right? And so you got to recognize your value. You got to recognize what you bring to the table, and stop looking at it as though you're just an average person with average talent, average gifts, average skill set. If you have a job and someone is paying you, that means you've got value, right? You got to really think about what is it that people come to you for advice on, right? Think about the transferable skills that you have. Think about the things that you really enjoy doing. Think about the things that you are so good at that you could literally do it in your sleep. Those are some of the skills that you want to leverage to make more money in 2024, right? You have transferable skills. You've got to stop getting comfortable with having just one income stream. Ooh, oh my, like the time that I struggled financially, those times were only because I was depending on one source of income. And one time I was in a situation where my main source of income was reduced drastically because the business owner that I was working for said, hey, I can't keep giving you this amount of money every month, so it's going to have to go to this. That wasn't enough to pay my bills. And it really taught me a lesson, right? That in addition to serving and pouring into someone else's business, like, I got to learn how to build my own. And I had to get to a place where I thought, okay, I've got to really, really, really work on whatever it is that's making me think that I'm not capable. I got to work on that. And when I did, I began to see some of the limiting beliefs that I had. And once I started to break through those limiting beliefs, once I started to identify, like, what do I want my identity to look like, right? So what is for me at that time, what is the identity of a six-figure earner? Like, how do they talk? How do they dress? What books are they reading? How do they show up in a room, right? And so I had to really kind of write all of that out. And then I had to become that person in order for it to manifest for me. I had to shift my identity. I had to stop shrinking. I had to stop constantly doubting myself. I had to stop procrastinating. Like, I had to stop being afraid to sell. There were so many limiting beliefs and poor habits that were counterproductive that I had to stop in order to get to the place where I wanted to be financially. And so I was thinking, like, because I love talking about personal wellness and workplace wellness and personal growth and peak performance, but I also like to talk about money. And I'm going to start talking more about it because I feel like so many people are struggling financially and they really don't have to, right? They really don't have to. It's all here. And I know, I'm telling you, when I was struggling, I thought, whatever. But I promise you, when I started believing in myself more, when I started really working on myself, like, this is what has happened over the last 5 years. I have consistently gotten better every year, and I have consistently made more money every year, right? So there is a correlation between the version of myself that I show up as and how much money I generate. And so I want to challenge you to make that one of your goals, right? One of your goals should be to consistently work on yourself and consistently become a better version of yourself. But you got to start with honesty, right? Like, whatever it is that you're doing that is not working, you got to write that down. So ask yourself this question, right? If you want to make $100,000 per year, ask yourself this question. Why am I not making $100,000 per year right now? If you want to make $500,000, you just ask yourself that same question. And if you're honest, you will be able to see the gaps and fill those gaps. Until next time, take care.